When Sonic Mania came out, it was praised with critical acclaim. But when Sonic Forces came out, people hated on the game for right reasons. It was automated up the butt, and Sega needed to do something to bring the fans back to the franchise. So, they decided to create a DLC, Sonic Mania Plus. A free update came out that changed the menu's loadout, but aside from that, the official DLC not only came out with relatively alright reviews, it also finally gave Sonic Mania the physical release it rightly deserves. But we're not here to talk about the physical release. We're here to talk about the DLC in general, and whether or not it's good or bad. Will it just improve the ranking of Sonic Mania Plus, or will it bring it down a peg? Only one way to find out. I'm Miss Galaxy Cat, and today we're reviewing Sonic Mania Plus. Normally when I review a game, I review it based on story, art style, gameplay, content, and music. But since this is add-on to something that already existed, I had to modify it a bit. So, for today's video, I will review the story, the content, and the music that they add to the game. Without further ado, let's get started. The story of Sonic Mania Plus is, Sonic appears out of a portal, and does this take place after Sonic Forces? That can't be it, because that's when Mania Adventures happens. Does it take place at the final boss? Well, it can't be, because that's where Sonic came out of the portal to fight Chaos. This clearly takes place after Sonic Mania because the hardcore heavies are decommissioned and waiting for the heavy magician to revive him. Wait a second, I thought they got turned to statues! I gave those things to Mania, what the hell did he do with them? Yeah, whatever. Point is, you come out of a portal, and then you're exploring Angel Island Zone. All of a sudden, you see Mighty and Ray being captured by Eggman's capsule machines. After breaking out of the machine, you can either pick Mighty or Ray. It doesn't really matter what you pick since you'll get the other character literally 5 seconds later, but the opposite one turns into the Heavy Magician. As mentioned before, the Heavy Magician revives the hardcore heavies and, well, back in Green Hill. And the cutscenes are the same. I can only conclude that this is the alternate dimension Sonic, while the Sonic Mania Sonic was sent to Sonic Mania Adventures. This story doesn't make any sense. They've already made this story once. Why are they giving us the same goddamn story again? Story gets an E-ring, because we've already seen this before! Okay. What does the DLC add? Pretty decent stuff, in quotations. First things, let's get the bad stuff out of the way. The new remixed levels. Each and every level are remixed to have not only a different power slot, but to be slightly more harder. Aside from Green Hill, I didn't really see what was harder. I mean, some of the bosses were difficult here. I actually had trouble with the Oil Ocean boss, but aside from that, they're not really that tough. Nothing's changed, aside from a few enemy placements here and there, and a few spikes. Speaking of which, let's talk about the new color palette, shall we? Green Hill's a nice old relaxing sunset. Not gonna lie, I kinda prefer the other Green Hill over this, but it's still pretty nice to see something else done with Green Hill aside from being used over and over and over and over again! Chemical Plant got a nice shade of blue. It looks really cool. Studiopolis got more golden purple, and I don't know. I really like golden purple, but these two color combinations do not look well in the pixel art style. Flying Battery got a darker shade of brown, but it doesn't really look that different from normal Flying Battery. Press Gun got a lovely shade of green, with a Nightfall sitting in Act 2. It's beautiful. Stardust Speedway Act 1 looks the same, but Act 2 is beautiful. It's full of color. Hydro City is Labyrinth Zone. I am not even joking. Maratsu got a nice good old-fashioned sunset desert feeling. It's also kind of relaxing, especially in Act 2. Oh my swells, now that is beautiful. Oil Ocean got the best kind of color swap though. Instead of an evil, cloggy brown, it's a nice clean blue. I can actually see what's going on in the act, like my swells. Did Lava Reef Zone really change that much? Did it? Did they forget to do this one? That can't be it because they did Act 2, so why does Act 1 look the same? But what the hell happened to Metallic Madness though? What was once a really cool and powerful level, now turned into Shrek. And speaking of Shrek, Jesus Christ, Titanic Monarch! If you want to reflect how bad it is in the main story, you didn't have to reveal its true color. At least everyone can now see it. Playing in front of the Titanic Monarch is forever made of crap. These color palettes are acceptable. They're fine. A lot of them hits, but most of them are pretty much a lot of misses. But aside from that, all that came from the Encore mode, and let's talk about that. After I talk about the two new characters. Yeah, Mighty and Ray, they finally come back from the dead, and you can actually play as them. Not just in the Encore mode, but as a solo adventures too. Mighty can ground pound, kind of like a homing attack in modern Sonic games, and is immune on spikes for at least one jump. If you do it again, he's gonna get punched. But he freaking cheeses spiky base bosses like my swells. Ray is a flying squirrel and kinda looks like Tails, except he's not really flying, he's gliding, a la cape mechanic from Mario World. It's actually quite satisfying. Although the only downside is none of the levels are built around for you to glide around a lot, so I don't really think Ray should have been included in this game. It was a nice little reference to the Sonic Arcade game, but maybe they designed some of the levels so that we can fly around mode, I can use the glide mechanic more, but other than that, you're mainly gonna be walking around as him. And now let's get into the Encore mode. I already talked about how it literally changes barely nothing, but one thing that made it harder to actually game over a lot more is the fact that there are no lives in the freaking game! Instead, the characters themselves are the lives, and every time you hit a block, you randomly switch a character, either from front to back, or whatever is in your party. But in total, you have 5 lives maximum, and if you lose them all, game over. Start the whole act over. But one thing I can definitely agree on, the stages to get the chaos emeralds are hard to get in this mode. You wanna know how many I got when I played this game? None. No emeralds. In the vanilla Mania mode, I at least got 4 before I did the Green Hill trick. This one, nah, I didn't get a single one. And by frankly, I don't want to, because of one thing and one thing only. There was no secret final boss here. Oh sure, you could remix some of the bosses, give them different power slot, make them hit more, make them a lot more powerful and stuff like that, but you can't even get the freaking secret final boss in this mode? You get an ending, that's all you get, which is fine and funny, but seriously! Players who got the Chaos Emeralds were rewarded by fighting an extra boss, and a tease for an unfortunately bad game. But hey, on the bright side, at least it's explained how classic Eggman got back in time and found the Time Eater. I think. I don't know. I haven't played Generations yet. Content, it's a mixed bag. On one hand, you get 2 extra characters to play as, and you get an extra, more harder mode. But on the other hand, what it does add is just the same game again, with slightly harder levels. I'm mixed on this one, which is why I'm giving it, a C. No, that's too high. A B rank. Unfortunately, there's only one new track in the game. Pinball, baby! I didn't mention it before, but, you know what? I might as well mention it now. Pinball. It's fun. It's pinball. Only problem is, it doesn't change a lot. You can get them lots of characters and shields and rings. That's all I'm gonna say, because it doesn't really change the ranking of the content. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Music. Only one track in the game. The pinball theme. There might be more tracks in the game because I only played the main adventure, but as far as I know, that's the only new track added into the game. So, yeah, that's immediately E rank. No, wait, the song's not that bad. Look, okay, I'll give it a D rank, only because the song actually slaps hard. While this DLC does bring back some old characters from the past and somewhat new playstyles, it's not that great of a DLC. It repackages the same game again. The only difference being that there's a different color palette to each level and there's a few spikes here and there. But considering that the fact that this thing is $5, I'm not that upset by it. Although, I am still going to give this a D for how little of a content there is. If there was a secret final boss, I might bump the content up to an E rank, but aside from that, yeah. Unfortunately, this does devalue Sonic Mania by 1 grade. So, I'm giving Sonic Mania as a whole a C rank. But if you ask me, it's still not that bad of a game. If you want to play Sonic Mania all over again, but want to have a bit more of a challenge to it, then go ahead and buy the DLC. I mean, it's $5 after all. It's not that expensive. But other than that, I really don't recommend this DLC for you. But again, considering that the fact that it's really cheap, get it if you want to. I'm Miss Gonza Cat, and I've just reviewed the Mania Plus DLC. Whether you thought my review was informative enough, or just that bad it was laughingly enjoyable, I hope you all had a great time here. Peace out, members of Team Shadow. Please never stay catty. Live life your own way. Stay safe during these trying times, and I'll see you all in another castle. Until next time, adieu, everybody. And remember, just because I said the DLC is bad, doesn't mean it doesn't have to devalue your enjoyment. If you enjoyed the DLC, or just seen Mighty and Rayback, then more power to ya. If you have any other opinions, let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious to see what other people have to say about this DLC. But aside from that, I got some games to play. Hopefully my next review will be Pokemon Legends Arceus. That or Sonic Forces. Wish me luck when I do that Let's Play, guys.